My name is Abraham. Great and welcome to this platform. Here you will learn tips that will help you connect the dots. These tips has the proclivity to move you into action. It is working. Let me quickly talk to us about the weapon of mass distraction. The weapons of mass distraction. Now, in the world that we live in today, we are extremely saturated and bombarded by information. You see, prior to the mid 1990s, we live in such a world that already we thought we were distracted by the television, by movies and stuff like that. But none of that. I recall at that time, a lot of people spent time in the library, where people will go into the library because for you to find some information, you have to travel far. You have to go to a library. Sometimes you go to a library, the book you want is not there. They have to order it in, or you have to travel to another city to find the specific information that you need. But guess what? The membership of libraries right now from nation to nation has reduced drastically, because information that you're looking for in a library is right there in one app or in one website that you download for free, or that you can pay a token of membership fee to have access to every information. Every information in the world today is within your tablets, your phones, and you can easily get information. Now, the problem with that is that we now live in a world where from whence we wake up like this, we are bombarded. You have the weapons like Twitter, you have weapons like Pinterest, you have weapons like TikTok, you have weapons like Instagram, you have weapons like Facebook. Which other one is there? You have your WhatsApp, you have Telegram. What else do we have? We have so many of these platforms that are calling for attention. Somebody is trying to reach you, and most of the time now, the same generation that I was born in, that some of you that are listening to this, were born in a generation, and I know that there are people that are born into the GSM generation already. During our time, you have to, receive calls. The only place that you pick up the call is in your sitting room, where the phone calls will come and you spend time. Sometimes you have to go to somewhere else to make a telephone call. Right now, an average person has 2 phones in some part of the world. In other places, you have phones now with dual SIM cards. Some people carry 4 numbers with them. We are bombarded. And you've got to understand that these can work to your detriment, or it can work to your advantage. The things that you do, number one, is to understand that these tools are a weapon. Yes, I mean it. They're a weapon. Now, a weapon in the hand of a police is to guard this community, to save people, and to deter people from committing crime. Meaning that when a thief or thugs sees a police with a gun, they're supposed to be fearful, trepidatious, and be careful of committing crime. But a gun in the hand of an armed robber is a weapon to kill, to scare somebody. So what are these weapons in your hand? What are you using Facebook for? What are you using Twitter for? What are you using Instagram for? Is it just to show your nudity, or is it just to show your brilliance? You've got to understand, first of all, that these things are a weapon, and you have to consider yourself, is this thing in your hand as a tool for profitability, for branding yourself, or do you have this thing in your hand as a means of distraction? A lot of the time there are promises, there are expectations, there are goals, there are visions that you have to pursue. But before you know it, you have slept for 8 hours, and some of these phones right now have a track to let you know how many hours you've spent on them. Unless you're making money on it or you are learning on it, it is absurdity of the highest order for you to get to the end of the day and you realize you have spent 12 hours, 10 hours, 8 hours on social media alone. That's why I call them the weapon of mass distraction. You want to control your time, control your head also. These things have a way of affecting your health. Now, in terms of this weapon, because you are fixated to them, they become the new habit. We haven't found a name for it. I don't think there's a name for it, but I'll call it internet screen or internet screen syndrome, where people are locked right now. An average person cannot do without staring at their phone, cannot do without scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You want to deliver yourself from this kind of syndrome. If not, you have nothing left in you to pursue your dream, to pursue your life. Sometimes you're in a classroom, people are even in religious houses, and maybe they're meant to be in the church or they're in the mosque, and people are distracted on the phone. Right now we're praying or you are meditating, but these things are there to distract you. Some people cannot even sleep well any longer, because whilst you're sleeping, your phone is on ringing, and somebody who feels like, oh, let me just call her, let me just call him, they can easily ring you. Overcome the temptation to allow these things become a weapon in your life. Rather, use them as a tool. I always calculate how much I buy a phone, and I tell myself, or how much I'm paying for my monthly subscription. I must be making so much that can buy this phone on a daily basis. On a daily basis. If not, there's no point. You got to use them tangibly towards your own productivity, towards your own profitability, towards your own spirituality, towards the things that enhances your life. Do not just stay and be attacked by this weapon. There are people right now, I'm developing a content. I want to get your attention. I want you to watch this video. It's in the same vein. Somebody is preparing another video. Somebody is preparing a content, both the ones that are good for you, useful for you. Some are just trying to distract you. Some are trying to get into your pocket. They're putting together a very nice advert right now to get you to commit to buy something. Some others are trying to target your mind or target your children. Some other people are trying to let you know who to vote for or what to believe, or to demystify something that is a mystery, or sometimes to demonize people that are actually a saint. Be careful what you allow into your life. Understand and make up your own mind for what these tools will be for you, for profitability, for productivity, and then you would have made a good choice. Guess what? For me, I've turned these weapons or these tools into productivity, and it's working for me. They're the tools that I'm using right now to reach you, and in many ways I'm making money in almost all of this platform, passing out my positive messages, reaching out to people. It is working. For more videos from Abraham Great, please click on the subscribe button. I love you. It is working.